Hey guys, welcome to week 3. Today we're going to work through down dog, cobra, and happy baby. So a lot of these movements will sort of come into play from the first 2 weeks that we've already worked through. But I don't want to waste too much time going through an intro, so I'm going to walk us through and talk us through each of these 3 poses for this flow. And then after this class, there will be the segments breaking down each pose again, just like there have been before. All right. Start to find your way to a comfy seat, whether you're on the mat or on your yoga rug. This one you may want more of a mat for. In the segments for down dog, I will show how to do this pose against a wall and standing. But for the flow, I'm going to do it from the mat and in its original shape. Okay, so now that all that is out of the way, start to take a deep breath. Start to breathe in through your nose, filling up the body. And then exhaling out of the mouth, blowing it all away. Once more in the nose. And then exhale all the way away. One more breath in. And then exhale that breath all the way away. Blink the eyes open, and we're going to come right on to hands and knees. Lining the wrists and knees up. And to start out, take it just a little wider than normal. So looking a little bit more wide than your normal table. And this is just to make more of an opening for our cat-cow. Inhale, lift the chin, lower the belly, the sits bones open behind, and reaching into the first cow shape. Holding that space for just an extra breath. And then on that inhale, I'll start to feel the pull to the earth. And then exhale, start to round the spine, blow the air away, close the sits bones behind me, cat. Inhale, lower the belly, look back up. Cow. One more time, inhale. Round the spine and go up into cat. Exhale, back to cow. Pick the left wrist up, reverse it, and just apply a little pressure. After a moment, do a few rotations on that wrist, and then do the same with the right. Just giving it a little bit of a warm up before we go into that down dog shape. Again, a couple of circles both ways, and place that guy back down on the ground. For the first down dog, I'm gonna have us go into it from this cat-cow shape. So hands and knees, we're gonna bring the toes to the mat, like curl them up, and start to press the toes down, lift the knees, and then lower the knees. Press the toes, take a breath, lift the knees, lower the knees. One more time, breath in, lift the knees, lower the knees. Exhale. One more time. Now we're gonna reach forward on all fours, press the toes, lift the knees, send the bum high. Walk the feet a little. Make a bend. A bend is a really good idea for the first time we're finding our way to down dog. Let the head start to reach to the ground. Bum goes high. And you're imagining reaching your wrists very far away from your hips. So this is stretching here, letting my head run and reach down. Straightening the legs only as much as it feels good. Because I've done this a couple of times today, it feels good to be straight. But if you're not there yet, in the morning for me, this is where I go for a few moments and just let this be nice and bendy. Keep the head down and just let the knees sort of bend and straighten and bend. Press the toes a lot. Press the hands, especially your index fingers and thumbs. Look forward into that space between the thumbs and start to lower back to hands and knees. Bring the toes together, send the knees a little wide, And go into a little bit of a, child's pose. Just to like rest that back there for a second. Inhale, back onto hands and knees. Bend the toes, lift the knees, send the bum high. Let's go back into that down dog again. Take a breath in, send the bum really high. Exhale, reach forward into that toes. Your head wants to be like melting between your arms. Again, my fingers and palms are pushing my shoulders away. And my toes are pushing my bum and hips really high to the sky. Look forward between the opening of the thumbs. Start to reach down and forward, back down to the ground again. Bringing the toes together, knees wide. A little bit of that child's pose again. You can go as much as you want into there. You can always, if child's pose all the way to the ground doesn't feel good, 2 fists on top of each other. A little third eye contact is always really, 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 really good for here. And then one more time. We're going to come back onto hands and knees. Bend those toes a lot. Send the bum high and stretch into down dog. Now we're just going to hold this pose for just a breath or two. When you're feeling like that's your ending breath, we're going to sort of walk backwards out of this pose this time. Another breath. If it's starting to feel too tiring, you can bend the knees a little bit to make a little break. But if you can, holding that pose and sending the hips really high. Inhale, exhale with a sigh. Now this time, look back towards the big toes. Start to walk the feet back, Start to reach forward with the shoulders, reaching over like you're going into that plank pose. You can bring the knees down or go down in chaturanga, your choice. And just push up for a little up dog. Now we're gonna sort of work in Cobra pose here. So where you want, let's see. I'm gonna turn just a little crookedy for a second, just for some placements. Our hands are going to open up nice and wide. Thumbs are going to line up. You're thinking like right in front of like your bra line or your boobs. If that's not comfortable, give yourself more space. But if it is comfortable, that's where you want it to be reaching. Now in the back here, you're going to imagine creating a cobra tail with your feet. So pick up one leg, stretch it long, put it down on the mat, and then pick up the other leg and stretch it long. Now you sort of want to overlap the toes. So you're stretching the leg, but my toes are like overlapping each other a little. So my legs are almost like one long leg melded into the ground. Lift it up, stretch it down. Pressing the legs down, okay? My hands are placed here beside the breast line. And with the feet, legs, upper thighs, even my pelvis and lower abdomen are pressing into the mat, pressing down. Taking a breath, pressing down, and just with my palms very spread, especially index fingers and thumbs, I'm just pushing up on my upper back. My jaw's relaxed. My neck is not pulling or straining. But this is just upper back for the Cobra, okay? Now you can get more deeper and push more into those forearms and lift that upper front. But if it's not there, if it doesn't go very high, neither does mine. Inhale and then lower back down to the mat. Even relax the legs. Pick the right leg up, send it long. Pick the left leg up, send it long again. Overlapping those big toes. Press all the toes, all the legs into the mat. Take the palms, press them down into the mat, and with the forearms, just start to open up that front body, lifting up the head, across the shoulder blades, and just that front of the upper breast. Another breath in, and as I'm doing this the whole time, my legs are pressing down, my toes are pressing, my knees are pressing. It's very busy, even though it just looks like I'm kind of splattered here. Another breath in and exhale down to the mat. This time, fold the knees up and take the knees a little left and right, windshield wipe. You may feel a little release in the lower back. Let your legs go nice and long one more time. Pick up the right leg, send it long, drop it down. Left leg, send it long, drop it down, overlapping your big toes. Pressing the legs down into the mat. Pressing the palms into the mat. Just a little lift for that Cobra one more time. Inhale, exhale. Pressing and pressing and pressing. Take and fold the knees up if you can, and then press them down. Let the head and neck rest. Take your arms nice and long like a T. Wow, I need to dust that. The first time we're gonna take the right fingers and sort of crawl them away. Kick standing up that left arm and roll the body onto the side. Just a little bit of a shoulder opener since we're here in the upper body. Rolling back onto the mat nice and flat. Take that other arm nice and long. Kickstand up your now right arm and sort of roll onto that side body. Feels so good. Now take your time and lower back onto the mat. And we're just going to flip over onto our back. So however that works for you. Mine worked just like I said I was going to do it. Press the feet, lift the bum, lower it back down, lift the legs side to side with the upper shoulders, lift the head, lay it down. Down at the knees, start to pull them up, bending the knees, and we're going to work into Happy Baby. Maybe this is all the Happy Baby you can do, where just this much of the legs are up and you grab behind the thighs and sort of do a little rocking back and forth. When you're thinking about this pose, it's very much like it sounds. Like you imagine a little one getting their diaper changed and they just kind of lay there and bumble around. Now, if you got your knees bent and you can start to reach the feet up to the sky, almost like spreading the toes, like you could walk on the ceiling. Now from here, if you can grab onto the feet, big toes, like hook it with a finger and sort of ground those, oh yes, thighs into the hips and torso, sort of really pulling it. You can make like an active Happy Baby and get a very deep, delicious stretch. But if this is all you got right now, this is fine. And you can kind of stretch and rock here. And if this is where you are, maybe take a little bit of time and open and close the knees. Okay? If you're able to get further into it, again, wherever you're able to reach, try opening and closing the knees in your Happy Baby. Lean a little left, lean a little right. See if you can even get a little rocking and rolling going on. And then see if you can take a breath. And wherever you are, whether you're here and grounding, like spreading the toes, here and grounding, spreading the toes, here and grounding, spreading the toes. But spreading those toes almost like as I'm pulling my legs to me, I'm reaching my feet to the sky. So this, again, can be a very active or a restorative pose. It can be just as easy and giving or efforting and strengthening, you know? Taking that breath. Side note, super fun time to try and practice a Kegel. One more breath. Open and close the knees one more time in the most stretchiest of your Happy Baby. Once you get there into your deepest reach, then do that opening and closing of the knees one more time. Reset back to your normal. And then reach the legs up long and start to lower them down to the ground. Slide the feet back up again where the heels come up kind of to the bum. Press and lift just to sort of lower that back. Relax it down to the ground. Let the knees sort of windshield wipe. Let the body lay down. Nice and long. Lift the head. Lift the arms, upper back and shoulders. Lean the bum left and right. Pick the leg up and let it down. Left, pick the left leg up. Right leg up, let it down. Inhale, exhale with a sigh. Take a few moments and rest the body. Relaxing all the parts, the knees, the hips, the shoulders and the heart, the elbows and the wrists, the neck and the spine. The whole body can relax. Roll onto your side. And just take another moment. And then we're just gonna gently find our way back to a seat. Bringing the hands to the heart and belly. Bow the head in. Thanking the self for the time that we've taken to care and love for our body and our mind. Thanking our body for its movements and efforts. Thanking the body for being our home. And thank you for practicing with me once again. I hope you have a great rest of your day.